Lying flat on your back with your knees bent, your feet flat, we're working on your anterior and posterior pelvic tilts. As you anteriorly pelvic tilt, your belly fills with air, you push into your sacrum and arch your low back up off the floor. As you posteriorly pelvic tilt, pull your belly into your spine, push lightly into your heels, and flatten your back to the floor. You can put your hands onto your hip to help you feel that motion. So as you anteriorly pelvic tilt, your belly fills with air. You should feel your hips rock forward. As you posteriorly pelvic tilt, your belly comes into your spine to push your air out. You should feel your hips rotate back. Follow your breath for 10 to 15 repetitions. So with both knees bent, both feet flat, we're going to have one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest to help you monitor your diaphragmatic breath. Take a deep inhale into your belly, and as you exhale, let your knees fall apart from each other so that the palms of your feet come together. Now, if you have any pinching in the groin or the hips, slowly slide your feet away from your body. Find the area that's comfortable for you. You can also roll up a yoga mat or a towel and put it underneath of your knees to support yourself. And then follow your breath. Inhaling, the hand on your belly should rise first, followed by the hand on your chest. Hold that breath for a count of 5. And as you exhale, let the air come out from your chest first, followed by your belly. So you should see the hand on your chest drop, followed by the hand on your belly. Inhaling, your belly fills with air. The hand that's on your belly rises towards the ceiling, followed by the hand on your chest. Hold the breath for 5. And as you exhale, watch the hand on your chest drop, followed by the hand on your belly. Beginning with your left leg active, pull the toes of your left foot up towards your knees. Squeeze your quadricep. Your right leg is bent, your right foot is flat. As you inhale, your arms will rise up and overhead just to the point you can without pain in the shoulders. Your belly fills with air and a small anterior pelvic tilt. We'll hold the breath for a count of 5. And as you exhale, bring your arms down to your side, pull your belly into your spine, and flatten your back out against the floor. Follow your own breath, making sure to keep your attention on that left leg so that the toe is pulled up, the quad is tightened. Inhaling your arms up and overhead, fill your belly with air. Exhale your arms down to a count of 10. Continue for 10 to 12 reps and then repeat on the opposite side. Beginning with both knees bent, both feet flat, inhale your arms up and overhead, filling your belly with air using your diaphragmatic breathing. As you exhale, draw your right knee into your chest and bring your hands underneath of your knee. Inhale so that you feel your belly pressing against your thigh. And as you exhale, straighten your right leg towards the ceiling, pulling the toes down. Feel the stretch up the back of your leg. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, draw your knee into your chest. Inhaling, your belly fills with air. Exhaling, straightening the leg. Reaching for the ceiling with the heel of your foot, pulling the toes down and towards your nose. Inhale, exhale as you pull your knee into your chest. Repeat for 10 repetitions on each side. With your left knee bent and your left foot flat, wrap your strap around the ball of your right foot. So to begin with, squeeze your quadricep muscle. That shuts down and deactivates the hamstring. Take a deep breath into your belly, taking a small anterior pelvic tilt. As you exhale, use that strap to raise your leg up to where you just begin to feel a stretch. Try to stop there, avoiding the thought that you may be able to go a little further. Make sure that that right knee is completely straight. If there's any bend in it, lower the leg down, squeeze your quadricep, and begin again. Take a deep inhale into your belly, fill it with air. Squeeze your quadricep muscle, and as you exhale, if that leg is ready to move further, it will float up a little on its own. Try not to push it. No struggle, no strain. You can also modify this stretch by pushing gently into the big toe side of that strap. That will bring the stretch into the medial side of your hamstring. Relax your shoulders away from your ears so that you're not straining your arms. Hold this stretch for at least 6 deep inhales and slow exhales using your diaphragmatic breath. Repeat on the opposite side. To begin, both knees are bent, both feet are flat. Inhale your arms up and overhead, filling your belly with air. As you exhale, draw your right knee into your chest and let your hands come under that knee. Draw it into your chest to push the air out. Inhale into your belly, feel it pressing against your thigh. As you exhale, let your right ankle come to rest on your left knee. Take both hands to the outside of your right knee. Take a deep inhale into your belly. And as you exhale, gently draw your right knee towards your left shoulder. You should feel this stretch in your right hip. Feel the breath as your belly inhales, pressing against your thigh. And as it exhales, if it's available, your knee will drift further towards your left shoulder. Let your shoulders relax. To progress this pose, you can remove your hands from that knee, letting the right knee come out onto the side. Bring both hands underneath of your left knee and draw that left knee and your right ankle towards your chest. This is a progression of the pose. As long as you are feeling a stretch in the first way, don't move on to this way. Repeat on the opposite side. Beginning with both feet flat, both knees bent. Inhale your arms up and overhead, filling your belly with air, small anterior pelvic tilt. As you exhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Feel the air being pressed out. Inhale into your belly so that you feel your belly press against that thigh. As you exhale, let your right ankle come to rest on your left knee. You're going to bring your right hand to the top of your right knee. Take a deep inhale into your belly, and as you exhale, gently push that right knee away. So if it feels as though your arms are straining to reach that far, you can use your block. Take it in your right hand, put it on top of your right knee, and gently push it away. No pinching and no pain. Use your breath to progress your stretch. Inhale into your belly, and as you exhale, gently push away. Try to hold this stretch for at least 4 deep inhales and slow exhales, and then repeat on the opposite side. Beginning with both knees bent, both feet flat, inhale your arms up and overhead, fill your belly with air. As you exhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Take a deep inhale into your belly, feel your belly press against your thigh, and as you exhale, gently let your right leg cross over your left, sitting cross-legged like a lady might sit. Bring your arms out to the side like the letter T. Take a deep inhale into your belly, and as you exhale, let both knees drop to the right. Turn your head to the left if that doesn't bother your neck. Close your eyes for a moment and bring your attention to where it is you feel that stretch. Take a deep breath into your belly, and as you exhale, allow everything to melt. You may notice that your legs go just a little further during that exhale. That is your muscles relaxing in response to the diaphragmatic breath. Hold this pose for 4 deep inhales and slow exhales, and then repeat to the opposite side. For the bridge, you want to utilize your block. It helps to keep your knees and your feet in the right space. So you want to turn that block so that when you do the exercise, your knees are hip width apart. Take a deep breath into your belly. Feel your belly expand. As you exhale, pull your belly into your spine, squeeze that block gently, and lift your bottom from the floor, squeezing your gluteal muscles. No pinching or pain. Try to raise those hips up a little bit higher, squeezing into your gluteals. Take a deep inhale into your belly. As you exhale, pull your belly into your spine and gently lower yourself to the floor 1 vertebra at a time. Following your own breath, repeat 5 to 10 times. Taking a deep inhale into your belly, it arches forward, small arch in your back, anterior pelvic tilt. Exhale, your belly comes in like you're tightening up to fit in a pair of pants that are too tight, and lift your hips from the floor. Gently squeeze the block. Squeeze your gluteal muscles and raise your hips up a little higher. Inhale into your belly. Exhale as your belly comes into your spine. Your hips lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Repeat 5 to 10 times following your breath. A modification of the bridge can be done with a small roll underneath of your knees. Take a deep breath into your belly. It expands anterior pelvic tilt. As you exhale, your belly pulls into your spine. Push down into your knees so that your hips raise up off the floor. Hold it. Squeeze your gluteal muscles, and then slowly return to the floor. Repeat 10 to 15 times, inhaling into your belly, filling it with air. As you exhale, your belly comes in. You're pushing down into your knees. You're lifting your hips. You're squeezing your glutes. So starting in a neutral position with your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips, your back is flat. Take a deep inhale into your belly and let your belly drop towards the floor. As you exhale, pull your belly into your spine and raise your right arm out in front of you, reaching for the wall ahead. Pull your shoulder blade down your back so that you're not straining your shoulders. Keep your belly pulled into your spine. Lower your right hand to the floor. Take a deep inhale into your belly. As you exhale, your belly comes into your spine. Your left arm rises up towards the floor, the wall in front of you. Deep inhale into your belly. As you exhale, drop your left arm to the floor. Deep inhale into your belly. As you exhale, draw your belly into your spine, straighten your right leg out and behind you. Try not to lift that right hip. So you want your hips to be level. Bring your knee back down to the floor. Take a deep inhale into your belly. As you exhale, straighten your left leg out and behind you. Try not to lift your left hip. Lower your left knee to the floor. You can repeat each of those individually 5 to 10 times. Or you can try and do the opposite arm and opposite leg. So fill your belly with air. As you exhale, pull your belly into your spine. Raise your right arm and your left leg. Keep your belly tight into your spine. That is where your strength comes from. Hold this for a count of 5 to 10. And then bring your right arm and your left knee back. And repeat on the opposite side. Inhaling into your belly. Exhaling for strength. Pull your belly into your spine. Raise your right leg and your left arm. Try to keep your hips level. Keep your belly tight into your spine. Count to 5 to 10. And then lower them to the floor. Lying on your side with your head supported if that's necessary for comfort of your neck. Inhale your top arm up to the sky. Reach for the ceiling, separating your shoulder blades. Follow that with your head if you can. And as you exhale, let that arm come to the floor behind you. We're going to stay here for just 3 deep inhales and slow exhales, allowing the diaphragmatic breath to open your muscles. If it pinches into your shoulder, you can take that arm that's to the back of you and bring it down towards your hip. After 3 deep inhales and slow exhales, we're going to follow your breath. So bringing your arm up to the ceiling as you inhale, reach for the ceiling, and as you exhale, let it drift down to come atop the opposite one. Follow your breath through this motion. Inhaling your arm to the sky, reach for the ceiling, exhale it to the floor behind you. Your position here is important. Your knees pulled up to the level of your hips. No pain in the neck or the shoulders. Inhale that arm to the ceiling, reach for the sky, exhale it down on top of the other. Repeat 10 times on the opposite side, lying on your stomach with a pillow underneath of your belly. You're going to take a deep inhale into your belly. As you exhale, raise your right arm up off the floor just an inch. Reach forward as if you're trying to touch the wall in front of you. Keep your belly tight. Hold it for a count of 5, and then lower it to the floor. Deep inhale into your belly. Lift your left arm as you exhale, pulling your belly into your spine. Reach for the wall in front of you. Stretch, and then lower it to the floor. Deep inhale into your belly. Feel it pressing into the pillow. As you exhale, raise your right leg up off the ground. Reach for the wall behind you. Lower the leg to the floor. Deep inhale into your belly. As you exhale, lift your left leg from the floor. Keep your belly in tight. That's where your strength comes from. Lower it to the floor. So you can go around doing single arms and legs, or you can do a combination. Inhaling into your belly. As you exhale, your right arm and your left leg raise from the floor. It's not important how high up the floor they come. They're strengthening a muscle in your back. Reach in opposite directions. Keep your belly in tight as you lower them to the floor. Take a deep inhale into your belly. As you exhale, your belly comes into your spine. Lift your left arm and your right leg from the floor. Reach in opposite directions. Don't worry about how far off the ground they come. Repeat 10 times on each side, or individually 10 times on each limb.
To stretch your quadricep muscles, lie on your side with your legs stacked one on top of the other. Take your top leg and bend it back so your heel comes towards your bottom. If you can reach it with your hand, grab onto your ankle and gently pull it back so that you feel a stretch down the front of your leg. Try to make sure that your knees are stacked one on top of the other, that your forward knee does not come in front of your opposite. If you can't reach your heel, hold on to your strap. Use that strap to draw your ankle up towards your bottom to wherever it comfortably can feel a stretch. Make sure that your knees stay stacked one on top of the other. Inhale into your belly. Exhale slowly using your diaphragmatic breath to make the muscle release. Hold it for at least 6 deep inhales and slow exhales, and then repeat on the opposite.
Seated at the edge of your chair with a tall spine, place your foot on top of 2 blocks. Put the strap around the ball of your toe. Inhale deeply into your belly, a small anterior pelvic tilt, and as you exhale, gently use that strap to pull back on your toe. Squeeze your quadricep muscle to deactivate your hamstring. You should feel the stretch around the back of your knee. If you have any tingling or numbness in your leg, reach down and remove one of the blocks, or even both of the blocks. Bringing your foot back up, following your breath, hold this stretch for at least 6 deep inhales and slow exhales. Keep squeezing your quadricep muscle. Sitting up tall, using your breath. Take a deep breath into your spine, into your belly, and as you exhale, you can lean your shoulders forward, bending at your hips to make that stretch go a little further. No tingling or numbness. Repeat on the opposite side. Seated at the edge of your chair with both feet on a block or on a pillow, inhale both arms up and overhead, taking an anterior pelvic tilt. Your belly spills out into your lap. As you exhale, turn towards your left, bring both elbows to rest on your left knee. Drop your chin in towards your chest, posterior pelvic tilt. Inhale your arms to the sky, fill your belly with air, arching back slightly. As you exhale, bring one hand to your knee, the other hand to the block. Posterior pelvic tilt, round out that back. Inhale your arms to the sky, fill your belly with air as you anteriorly pelvic tilt. As you exteriorly pelvic tilt and come forward, you can bring both hands to your knee, one hand to the block, or both hands to the floor, wherever you find the expression of the pose with ease. Follow your breath, inhaling it to the sky, reaching up, anterior pelvic tilt. Repeat the same process to the opposite side. For modified warrior 1, sit at the edge of the chair. Take your left leg back and behind you. Plant your toe. You can hold on to your front knee. You can hold on to the back of the chair. Push the back of your left knee up and towards the ceiling. No pinching, no pain, no tingling or numbness. You may stay right here or inhale your arms up and overhead, reaching for the sky and arching back slightly, taking a small anterior pelvic tilt. No struggle or strain. Keep pushing back into that left knee, trying to get it as straight as you comfortably can. Hold your breath for 3 deep inhales and slow exhales, and then repeat on the opposite side. If you're taller and you need a modification, you can use a yoga blanket or a pillow, sitting on it to raise your hips from the ground. Take your left leg back, plant the toe, push into the leg so it straightens out. Again, keeping your hands on your knee and the back of the chair, or inhaling your arms up into the sky, arching back, anterior pelvic tilt. Hold this for 3 deep inhales, slow exhales, no pinching and no pain. And then repeat on the opposite side.
Another stretch for your hamstring. With your hands resting on a chair, your back leg with the toes curled under, take a deep breath into your belly, and as you exhale, straighten your back leg, pushing the heel down and towards the floor. Feel the stretch back the hamstring. No struggle or strain. Hold this for a deep inhale and slow exhale. At least 6 deep inhales and slow exhales, and then repeat on the opposite side. Standing with your feet facing forward, about hip width apart, Take a deep inhale, your arms rise up, and you try to sit back towards a chair, bending your knees. Pull your belly into your spine so there's minimal arch. Look up in between your hands. You can stay right here, or you can bend your knees further as if you were trying to sit down. Find the position you can hold, where your knees don't flare apart or come together. This is a strengthening pose. Try to hold it for at least 3 deep inhales and slow exhales without losing the integrity of your flattened back. You can lower into your knees if that's appropriate for you, or stay with a minimal bend. You will get the benefit either way.
So our next pose is the forward fold. Your feet are straight ahead of you, hip width apart. Inhaling your arms to the sky, arching back with an anterior pelvic tilt. As you bend forward from your hips, small bend in your knees, your hands come to the back of the chair. Once they're placed, straighten your knees, and then take an anterior pelvic tilt. The next position, bending your knees slightly to come up. Inhale your arms up and overhead, arching back slightly. Folding from your hips, small bend in your knees as your hands come to the seat of the chair. Straighten your knees, let your belly fall forward into an anterior pelvic tilt. The third position, small bend in your knees as you come up. Inhale up, arch back. As you bend forward with your knees, bring your elbows to the chair. Straighten your knees, take an anterior pelvic tilt. Feel the stretch in the back of your hamstrings and breathe. Try to hold whichever position is best for you for at least 6 deep inhales, slow exhales. No pain.
Shavasana is perhaps the most important pose of them all. Deep inhales into your belly, slow exhales allowing everything to melt. Try to lie flat on the floor with your legs up on the sofa, on cushions, or on a chair, or perhaps an exercise ball. The palms of your hands are turned up and about 1 inch away from your body. Your neck is in a neutral position, so if you require a pillow, use it. This is a decompressive position. It takes your L5 and your S1 and separates them, takes the pressure off that gravity has been putting on it all day long. Find a position where you can be comfortable. Close your eyes and bring all of your focus and attention to the feeling of your body on the floor. Keep your focus and attention on your breath, filling your belly with air, exhaling slowly and melting. This is a really good position to practice your diaphragmatic breathing in. So if you like, you can put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest, just so that you can feel your belly filling with air, the hand on your belly rising as you inhale, followed by the hand on your chest. And as you exhale, the hand on your chest falling first, followed by the hand on your belly. Stay here for at least 10 to 15 minutes, longer if you like.